And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition here of the KungFu Cup, the KFC, the KungFu Cup at number 7. I'm of course just VIP with man joined by these amazing players and by the people in the chat as well. Welcome one and all to something a little bit different when it comes to our broadcast schedule. Typically, we do cover KungFu Cup in the evenings at a more European time. We actually host it like maybe 1 or 2 hours before the live event itself. That's typically when we do cover KFC, but if you know anything about our schedule, it's jam-packed. Like our schedule is very jam-packed here. Let's quickly switch things over and catch up with said broadcast schedule, actually, as we have it entirely full. As you can see here on my left, we have GSL upon GSL broadcast, we have RSL, we have KungFu Cup, the Poncast, Pegasus Cup, COVID Giants Cup, Sparkling Tuna Cup. We just have a fully booked up schedule this week, so there was no room. Usually, again, we do cover KungFu Cups in the evenings, but with GSL, with RSL, with the Tuna Cups, and with the Poncast, which we wanted to squeeze in at some point, there was just no room. There was no room, so we're going to be having an impromptu morning broadcast for KungFu Cup instead, just to make sure we don't fall behind, just so we can keep on schedule, keep on track, still have our weekly KFC broadcast, but this time in the morning this week. So again, it's going to be an intense week. Now, I will say that this weekly schedule is a little bit out of date just because we did not cast the Water TV Monday last night. If you recall, I did cite that due to the GSL broadcast on Sunday, I was incredibly fatigued, and the idea of going into a Water TV Monday broadcast right afterwards the next day, no shit, I couldn't. I was very fatigued. I mean, the fatigue is still there for sure, 100%. But I wasn't feeling too confident about having a solid broadcast of Water TV Monday after the GSL broadcast. It was such a long cast as well. It was a very big event. So we did decide to take an evening off. So we did not cover the Water TV Monday. We have to catch up with that. We have to catch up with that next week. That's the other thing as well, is like if we ever don't cover like a KFC or Water TV Monday or a Pegasus Cup as well, they're weekly tournaments, and then we start to fall behind if we don't cover them live. So we'll catch up with it. We'll catch up with that next time. For now, though, we're going to be jumping into the KFC, jumping into the KungFu Cup. And up first, we do have our quarterfinals match. Going to be jumping into a ZVT between herO and ByuN. Let's go. Let us go. Let's jump into our first game. We're going to be loading into 10,000 feet. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the South Green Zerg. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. We have the South Green Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Let's go. Here we go. As we are going to be jumping in, and we do have our initial matchup. We have, oh, hello, the initial low ground 2x Reaper. Okay, so welcome one and all to 10,000 feet. Welcome to our initial matchup here. As again, herO versus ByuN is going to be an interesting pairing. herO, of course, as of late, has been having an interesting style of ZVT, going a lot more roach heavy, a little more aggressive as well, is what we expect out of herO. I would say it's a bold move to open up with 2x Reaper here, especially on 10,000 feet. What I mean by that, we've been seeing time and time again. I mean, I think a good example of that is the GSL coverage that we had over the weekend, is that Maru, he often was not actually going for this style. He was actually throwing down his Raxes further back in his main base. What was the rationale for that? Well, it is very common to have a roach all in as a response to this build. The reasoning for this: one, short rush distance by ground as we are on 10,000 feet, but more importantly here, we're going to be delaying the factory. We're delaying the starport because we're going 2x Reaper into a CC, so later further tech. On top of that, typically the production is going to be here on the low ground because we're going to have the reactor, the tech lab, add-on swaps, all the production will be down here, which means if we can break the natural, you can break the production, whereas usually the production is safe in the main. Specifically with this build, your production is not safe. So this is a risky build to go for, I feel, against herO, who is willing to all in and willing to be hyper aggressive as herO pulls out a gas. But now he knows. That is where what's going on, but rogue, he doesn't prioritize gas income here. That's a little bit odd. Usually if you're a Zerg player and if you scout 2x Reaper, you pull into gas as quickly as possible so you can get into link speed as quickly as possible. But rogue, he's very there's no urgency here. There's no urgency for rogue to rush into those gases and to get into link speed, which is interesting to me, as typically link speed is the moment where you can break out. Reaper does back in, heads into the mineral line, will threaten the drones. So far, no major damage, not yet. As we get one, oh yeah, one drone goes down. So far, nice start here for ByuN. Lings, they do attempt to intercept, and can we catch him? Oh, we can! What a mouse! Ooh, one Reaper goes down, massive pickoff without link speed as well. ByuN here overextends, he does slip up, and we'll lose one Reaper already. Meanwhile, rogue, he has 100 gas. He has 100 gas here, and where's link speed? Now we see why he didn't prioritize it. That's why I brought it up. Not prioritizing gas income here, not prioritizing link speed. We mentioned earlier that road troll-ins can be very terrifying given the situation, given the setup. I will say that you have third CC before starport. Factory is going to be on the high ground. Overlord does confirm the third CC, and what are we going to go for? Where are we spending our gas? Ooh, 316 lair timing. Okay, so no fast roach horn, but a fast lair. Now with this, we can go for a roach horn follow-up into fast roach speed, or we can even go into 2-base muta, which is risky. Now, the reason why 2-base muta is going to be risky here is because ByuN is turning this into a 2-1-1, right? We have bioproduction, we have 2x marine, we have the tech lab, we're going to have stim on the way as well. There we go, stim as ByuN. So there's going to be an early stim timing. The idea of rushing into mutas against a mass bio army in the early stim timing, it feels very risky. You can get away with it, of course, it is possible, but again, it is going to be a bit of a gamba, if you will. And it's looking to be the case. Gases are being taken, there is no roach warren. This is looking like either 2-base muta or 2-base hydra. If you've been watching ZVT as of late, and if you're watching Solar, Shin, and Rogue, you'll know that they have been mixing in 2-base hydra in their ZVTs. Now though, what's it going to be? Spire or hydra then? Oh, there it is, Spire, further hidden behind the main base. So again, this is risky, right? This is very, very risky here. It's going to be 2-base muta at the same time as stim is halfway done. Stim is halfway done. We're building up the bio army. Bearing in mind that Rogue knows this as well. Like Rogue, because of the initial 2x Reaper opener, it is very standard, very common to go into a stim timing afterwards. Now the question becomes, can he survive it? Rogue, for now, he's joining. He's joining, saturating, claiming his third base, building up his economy, and Rogue, he will need to prioritize his link production to survive the timing attack. As all the rings are revealed, Baliness gets thrown down, bearing in mind that because we're going into 2-base muta, Evo chambers and upgrades are going to be delayed, right? So it's going to be later Evo chambers, later upgrades, because we're saving all that gas for mutas. Oh, you see, oh no, he scans! Does scan, does confirm, does get eyes on the Spire, ByuN knows. And here he comes. Yeah, here he comes. Spire's not even done, and here comes that stim timing. And if you remember, this is what I was worried about. So now, again, we'll see if Rogue gets away with it. He doesn't even have links. Oh, no shot. Not even link speed. No link speed in sight. No Bailings, of course, either. We have a handful of meters on the way, and ByuN is going for the kill. He's going for the kill, going for the throat. Moving up into the natural. 7 Bailings morphing in. Boys being evacuated. And some of them do get away, but only some. Other queens! Yeah, getting 1, 2, 3, getting all 4 queens. Does start to step in. Bailings, they try to engage. They're going to be denied here by the tanks. Boys being pulled into the marines, and this is critical damage here. 17 drones. Oh my god. 18 drones going down. Tanks, they still trade well. Speaking of links, speaking of Bailings, they will be cleaned up. They trade. They do trade. And again, 18 drone kills. ByuN has a stronger economy. Turrets are on the way. More marines are amassing. We're getting into reactor and Viking production. And now the pressure is on these mutas. We have to counterattack. We have to get something done across the map. Oh boy. As mutas are trying to pick in. And so far they will catch a turret. That is some damage. Catching at the turret. Still looking for a way in. At this point, rogue, he can't afford to lose any mutas. If he does, then he will just fall further and further behind. And oh, once again, does not get in. ByuN breaking out, claiming his third. Now, as the game slows down here, rogue, he's still behind. He's still down in workers. Ideally, rogue, he wants to be up a base, up in workers, up in economy, and be able to contain his opponents. Right now, these mutas are going to be threatening ByuN. That is true, but so far, they've not really dealt any damage. They've killed one turret, and we might catch another turret here. Okay. Turret goes down. One mines do burrow, one mine does fall. But again, we're getting some small pickoffs here. Oh, as we do snipe another Widow mine. Another mine goes down. ByuN just goes for a counterattack instead. Boulder, other mine shots! Oh my god, massive connection! Yeah, mine shot goes off. That's 3 meters going down. At the same time, Marines, they get across the map, and where are we dropping? There is Lingbane. Yeah, there is Lingbane back at home. It is 0-0 Lingbane, but at Lingbane nonetheless. You just do not turn around. Another meter falls. ByuN just being active. There is an opening here. Getting an SCV. Catching out one SCV for another Mutalisk. Once again, still not worth of a rogue. Bailings, okay, they got me from behind. 6 SCV kills, not bad. 6 SCVs and a mule. Oh my god, the wide shots, they just keep popping up. They keep connecting. Clearly that isn't water. Oh no. Is that a pun? Because it's clear? Are we... Oh. The green screened water. As an up job is going to be thrown away, it's not going to get too much economic damage here. It does focus on, what, maybe 1, maybe 2 mutas towards the end. Here comes the main push on the right-hand side. There are 13 Bailings, and again, 1-1 upgrades are not going to be a factor in this fight. ByuN has that upgrade advantage. Show some wide shots. Oh my god, massive connection. Bailings, they get bullied. They get punished. That was a better fight for ByuN. And ByuN backs up. Playing it safe. He's just playing it safe here. Taking his win. Pulling back, retreating, reinforcing. Rogue is still struggling. Now, due to the movement here and due to ByuN backing up, it does mean that Rogue will finish 1-1, so he will be able to catch up in upgrades. Likewise, this army is very late. Ooh, very late army there for ByuN. 2-2 should have started quite some time ago. There is no 2-2. You can see that ByuN, he has a bank as well, so ByuN, he's slipping up when it comes to his macro cycles. Just now throwing down his Raxes. ByuN, we got to lock in. So, late Raxes, late armory, late upgrades, late production. ByuN's macro does slip, and it does give Rogue the opportunity to potentially recover. Burrow's on the way. This is a way to bounce back in this game. If we can hide some Bailings, then we can maybe take a better fight. ByuN's macro slipping is giving Rogue a chance, though. Giving him a chance. There's 2-2. +1 vehicle plating. Beginning Thor production. As we begin. Oh. Lingmei rolling in towards that third base. The Thor is in position. Bailings, they should not connect. And they don't. Oh my god. A clean defense out of ByuN. And we're just waiting for ByuN to max out, then push. ByuN is almost there. Again, he did end up losing that upgrade advantage. So 2-2 is going to be done for both players at the same time. When it comes to Rogue's position here, I don't see him stopping this push. Obviously, borrowed Bailings. True. That's like the one chance. We have some borrowed Bailings here on the right-hand side. I think that's it, though. Yeah, I'm trying to find them. And so far, at least, only covering the right-hand ramp. No Bailings here in the center. And all the bird Bailings. Okay, shaky move command. Mutas is trying to catch reinforcements. And ByuN, we're going to be committing. Oh! Okay, it's going to be committing here. I'll pick up. So let's pivot around. Setting up his Widow Mines. Lingmei does commit. The Rogue is going for it. The Mine Shots. Oh! Ooh, Mine Shots going off. And Bailings, they graze the Marines, but only graze them. Rogue force back. ByuN can keep pushing. The Thor is quite low. That is a bit of a concern. Very low HP Thor. Ooh, and the borrowed Banes. Okay, they connect. They pop up. Rogue has a chance. He has a chance, Pappy. Now force a scare. Now we have set up Bailing Mines here in the center of the map. This is Rogue's way back into this game. Can he recover, Pappy? Jesus, we already transitioned to a heavy Marauder account. Jesus. It's a lot of Marauders. He's ready for the Ultras. As ByuN pulls back home, repairs his Thor. Ready to move out. Bailings, they do connect with some of the Marines. The Marines do fall. I would appreciate some Bailings set up here on the left-hand side as well, but regardless, I mean, they're still in the center. Another Bailing run by, making his way to the mineral line, and ByuN does pull away. Oh, Jesus. Almost. And does back off. Rogue by enough time getting into Ultra Tech. It is impressive that Rogue has survived this long, considering just how rough the game has been. But again, there were a couple of big moments, right? It's like, sure, ByuN took some Bailing Mines to the face, but even before that, ByuN, he forgot his Raxes, he forgot his armory. Oof, Jesus. ByuN even here getting caught out with only a portion of his army. Yeah, getting completely caught out. Rotating over. Trying to keep up. And now, by the time that ByuN moves out across the map, they're going to be Ultras. Ultras are amassing, they're getting their upgrades in time as well. ByuN, he's missing his window. Now, against a small amount of Ultras, he should be fine. Like, there's still so many Marauders. Oh my god. It's a very, very heavy Marauder army. 25 Marauders. Oof. Oh my god. The Maestro goes off, the Thor volley as well. You can see how low these mutas are. One more volley and they will go down. Does try to hide the army. Ah, it gets spotted. Oh no! Oh my god. Yeah, late reaction there by ByuN. So let's have a late reaction. But now we can bring everything together. When it comes to board banelings, we don't have any setup anymore. No minefields, Marauders ace them in, Ultras are how to commit. Ooh, that's a lot of mine shots on the banelings. I'm a little bit concerned about the anti-air. They're catching at 1, 2 Ultras. There's still an okay Marine count. We don't mind to try the zone. Yeah, so Rogi slips in. Shouldn't get too much done. My shall take pop up. Mutas, they do hit the bottom left. These Bailey connections, he gets a mineral line. Does take down a mineral line. At the same time, though, we're going to be trading bases as ByuN's going for the hatchery itself. And CC burns down. ByuN does barely bring down the expansion. It's close. Can he get it? Oh my god. Barely does. And again, we're getting a little bit messy here. ByuN has been unable to really push across the map and get into the bases of Rogue. He's been stuck at home. Oh god. Still trading well. Still out trading Rogue. ByuN is expanding, getting his own 5th base up and running. Rogue taking and engulfing the rest of the map. Again, this wouldn't have happened if he had been broken earlier, but once he got the Ultras out, then Rogue, he can hold on. He can expand. And again, do we have enough anti-air? Yeah, Marines are being focused down. There's not really many Marines left over. There's what, 5 Marines? God. But here come the reinforcements. There we go. Reinforcements, they have arrived. The ground army crumbles. And again, we just we need to make sure we have anti-air. As ByuN can finally push. I spoke too soon. So that was a kill, not a cancel. Nice pick up. No mine shots. Oh my god. Yeah, brutal mine connections. They do punish the meters. It's a little mine set up here in the main. And we'll see if Rogue can commit. Oh my god. Yeah, mine shots are brutal. Plenty of ultras here for the plenty of marauders here for the ultras. And once again, ByuN can break through. The only thing really concerning for ByuN here are the mutalisks. Like, we've seen a couple of times where ByuN has been running out of Marines, and that's a bit of a concern here. But he does have 3 Thors now with the main army, so he should be fine. Yeah, he should be fine. ByuN, he can finally A-move. It does A-move into Mailings. Oh, with the mules! Oh my god, he locks him in! Yeah, throws out the mules, locks in the Thors, he could not escape. Locks in the Ultras, I meant to say. And ByuN is pushing. He's pushing. He's breaking on through. Snowing eye control. Again, Rogue cannot stop this army. It's been a slow death for Rogue. He almost recovered in this game. Almost. As ByuN overwhelmed. And again, Rogue was just behind from the beginning. As we mentioned at the time, what was happening, going into mutas against a 2-on-1, Rogue, he began the game losing 18 drones. It was just a brutal start. And for the past, like, 18 minutes, 15 minutes, he's been trying to recover. Didn't quite get there. Got to Ultra Tech, was able to buy time, but in the end, ByuN still just snowballs out of control. Stims in, takes down 5 meters. GG gets called, and ByuN takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. ByuN does take the lead in the series. Once again, it was just a really rough start there for roGUE, winding it back. Remember, roGUE, he did decide to go into 2-base Muta against a 2-Rex Reaper build, which was a very bold choice, and he didn't get away with it. He lost so many drones at the start of the game, and from that moment forward, it was roGUE trying to recover. Now, there were a couple of nice moments for roGUE that allowed him to bounce back. We did mention that that ByuN, he forgot his armory, he forgot his 3 extra Raxes, so he was banking resources, his production was lacking. That meant that he did miss any kind of early 2-2 timing available, and that did kind of elongate the game. But ByuN, he was so quick to switch into Marauders. So quick to switch into Marauders, a very robust, very hefty army of Marauder, Thor, Widowmine, and eventually break out. Eventually did break out. GG, well played. With that, ByuN takes the lead in the series. Now we're going to be loading into game number 2, going to be on Mothership. Let's go. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom side of Mothership, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Red Zerg. Down in the series, we'll see if we can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is roGUE. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing Shopify, leading the series 1-0. Once again, opening up 2-Rex Reaper, it is ByuN. Oh boy, and welcome to Mothership. Mothership is a 3-player spawn map. Now, thankfully, roGUE will scout ByuN immediately. roGUE, he's going to be scouting here on the left-hand side. He will find the spawn location of ByuN, and he will also confirm the initial build, the initial 2 racks. So very fortunate here for roGUE, very fortunate. Now, hopefully, upon confirming 2-Rex Reaper, roGUE doesn't go 2-base Muta again. Like, it was just a really weird choice. Now, I will say that there's a higher chance of him getting away with it here. The reason why it made no sense to go 2-base Muta against 2-Rex Reaper on 10,000 feet is because 10,000 feet has the shortest rush distance out of any map in the map pool. Straight up. Like, if your opponent's going to punish you with a 2-1-1 against 2-base Muta, then it would be on 10,000 feet more than any other map. So it was crazy. It was just a crazy decision. If we went for Muta play here, it would be a little bit more successful, as the rush distance by ground is longer, right? Longer rush distance by ground, and also there's an RNG factor of ByuN not even knowing where roGUE is at the moment. So like, you can get away with it a little bit more. Likewise, roGUE, due to the faster scout that he will have, he can even respond to this with more aggression instead, into a roach all-in. We did emphasize in game 1 that that's what I was assuming, right? It's like against 2-Rex Reaper, like roach all-ins are very common, but we didn't see roGUE commit into any early game aggression. Here we go. Yep, roGUE breaks in, roGUE does scout, he does confirm. So roGUE is aware of ByuN's location, ByuN is not. ByuN will scout top right, looking for roGUE. Oh, ByuN committing to a very light amount of Reapers this time. So getting 1, getting 2, maybe 3 Reapers at most. The add-ons tell us that we're already switching out. 2. So only 2 Reapers here, very, very light commitment. Does check the natural. Has found roGUE. Behind this, roGUE is going to link speed this time, so link speed is on the way and roGUE pulls out. This tells us no 2-base layer and no fast roach roaring. So roGUE is playing standard this time. roGUE is playing standard, Reapers are going to be zoned away. As that is a 3rd Rax. Oh. So I just realized that we have a 3rd Rax on the way. This is going to be a 2-base all-in. We're building up into 2-base all-in. Hyper aggression here out of ByuN, going for not a factory, not a starport, but a 3 Rax follow-up here. A heavy bioforce. This is going to be an even stronger stim timing. Very, very strong stim timing on the way. And currently roGUE is unaware. Yeah, the Overlord Scout is denied. roGUE, he sees Marines, But remember, so far at least, this looks like the same game as game 1, 2-1-1. Right, a 2-1-1 build, which is a later timing with medevacs. But this is going to be earlier. This is going to be much, much earlier. Leggings, they do scout the initial move out. Rogue is running behind this. Now making way for Zerglings. ByuN is a little bit premature here as he's still lacking the upgrades himself. Sending to catch the things, and he does not. Likewise, Zerglings, they did not scout the follow behind this here. The third Rax has not been seen. Has not been seen. Rogue is still unaware. Behind this, going lair first. Bold move. And here comes the move out. Get spotted. And the move out is spotted. Back at home, we're now going for a later Baneling Nest. Again, this is a Baneling Nest after the lair. Where he does have a decent link count. 19, soon to be 25. He's up against 25 Marines. And ByuN, he wants those queens. Remember, there's no Banelings. We're still holding onto the stem. He does them in. He does that forward. He gets 1, 2 queens going to be going down. 3 queens even. Yeah, massive pickoff. Lings, they just melt. And ByuN has done it. ByuN, he has done it. He has broken a rogue. A rogue, he gets caught with his pants down. The pants were down. Back with the words are being pulled. Critical damage. And again, rogue, he never saw the third Rax. He didn't know how committed this was. And ByuN has a broken rogue. Whew. It has broken him. GG gets called. ByuN will claim the series 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Hyper aggression here from ByuN, going for a 3-Rax stim timing. Meanwhile, Rogue was unaware. Rogue, he did not scout the third Rax. He only saw Marines, but the amount of Marines that he saw was not suspicious. Was not suspicious. Still looked like a 2-1-1. He didn't confirm the pure amount of Marines that were actually being built. Of course, he didn't realize how aggressive it was. And Rogue also went lair first as well, so he had a delayed Baneling Nest. Delayed Banelings, delayed Baneling production. Banelings that were not a part of the defense. GG. GG, well played. Again, Rogue just being caught with his pants down, and ByuN will claim the series 2-0. GG. Does advance on into the next round, and we're going to be following ByuN into the semis. Into the semifinals here, it's going to be a TVP between between ByuN and Clem. Oh boy, Clem, he has some of the best PvT in the world, so it's not going to be an easy opponent here. But ByuN, he can catch him up here. We have seen players like ByuN, like Cure, bring Clem down as of late. So we'll see. We'll see how aggressive ByuN plans on being here. We'll see if he can try to get in Clem's face earlier on. Let's go. Just catching up. ByuN did a really good job at hiding his Marines. He did. There were a couple of times where we had attempted Link Scouts, and something that I tried to mention, but I maybe could have done a better job emphasizing, is that Rogue, he saw Marines, that is true, but he didn't see the commitment of Marines. He didn't confirm how many there were exactly. So I think in Rogue's mind, he just assumed it was just a 2-1-1, right? Like a regular 2-1-1. He didn't realize just how much dedication there was behind that sim timing. For sure. The pants were down back. Yeah. And here we go. We're getting to our fresh series. We're getting into our first semifinals match. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the French Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the hello. We have the red Terran player, the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Let's go. Let us go. As Clem is setting up here with his initial proxy gateway. So I would imagine just a singular gateway here into a Zealot. We'll see if he commits into anything more than that. Does it go 2-gate? No, gas is being taken. Okay. Does get his gas, so just singular gateway. The goal here is to punish ByuN going for an economic opener. So the hope here is that ByuN is going for a Rax expand, which is quite common in Winter Madness. Welcome one and all. Winter Madness is one of the larger maps of the map pool, longer rush distance by ground. Because of that, we often do have greedier builds here from Terran players. And Clem will confirm. Does pick in. Will scat the gases, sees one gas mining, and confirms the other gas is empty. So single gas opener here screams at Rax expand, whether the CC is on the low ground or not. I mean, Clem is hoping that it would be. Yep, there it is. Low ground CC. And here comes the Zealots. Now the goal here is to delay the building CC and to reinforce with either a Stalker or Adept and to keep things going, to disrupt the early game and to get the ball rolling. Bearing in mind as well, something that's very common, so this is why this is a bit of a meta game here from Clem, is that ByuN is not scouting. Zero scouting information. No SCV scouts and no Reaper scout either. It is Marine first. No Reaper. This is very common. It's very, very common for Terran players to cut corners, to skip SCV scouts, to skip Reaper scouts as well. So again, Clem is assuming that ByuN is going to be as greedy as possible. The only greedier thing that ByuN could have done is CC first. That's the one step that he didn't take. As here comes Clem. Does move in. Ooh, late reaction. Yeah, late reaction out of ByuN. We'll take 2 swipes to the face. Boys are being pulled. Clem, does he get surrounded? Oh no! Should pull. No, yeah, it does get surrounded. A bit of a misstep there from Clem. We'll lose 1 Zealot. We'll delay the CC, but there should be 2 Zealots here. There should be 2 Zealots. So Clem does miscontrol. Behind this, getting within range of the bunker. Ooh, kills the SCV. We have 2 Marines on the way, which shouldn't do much. Marine does focus down, and behind this, we're waiting for the Cyclone. Cyclone should defend. Cyclone will shut this down eventually. Oof. Yeah, as we do see Clem just pouncing on the Marines. He gets both. Yeah, both Marines go down, and do we delay once again? We should be able to. Yeah, we should be able to. Another delay on the CC. Finally does complete. Finally does finish. There's a cancellation, and with the arrival of the Cyclone, ByuN holds. Now what they lose here, 5 SCVs. 5 workers that go down. Behind this, Clem and just saturating his own natural, freely mining. Breaks a look on, nice control. He wants some Marines. Oh my god. Gasito. Yeah, Cyclone does get low, but Cyclone does survive. So ByuN does hold on. Again, to sustain a lot of losses early on here. It could have been worse. Could have been worse. ByuN does survive. And behind this, we're working towards Blink. So Clem, we have how many gates exactly here? We're getting into 2. So 2 gate Blink out of Clem into a Robo. So far, relatively safe play from our Protoss player. Relatively safe. Oh, yeah, tank is revealed. These Stalkers, they could catch the Cyclone. Oh my god, barely not. Oh, he gets punished. Oh my god, a massive punish here. That's what, 3 Stalkers going down. Yeah, 3 Stalkers do fall here in this trade. It does get the Cyclone, but that was not worth it for Clem. Yeah, not worth it. Took so many tank shots to the face. Clem pulling away, claiming a 3rd. This is quite greedy. I believe this is 2 gate Blink. Correct? Yes. So 2 gate Blink into a 3rd base. So very greedy here by Clem. I mean, thankfully, due to sniping the Cyclone, ByuN is stuck at home. Did I speak too soon? Oh, I did. Here we go. ByuN is pushing. And has Clem been too greedy? Ooh, has he been too greedy here as ByuN? He does commit across the map. Clem, he has no idea. Observer now moving out, and Clem, he will find the army. He sees. He does see, he does know. The boys are being pulled. This is a handful of the boys. ByuN is committed. And Clem, we got to warp in. Charge is still on the way. Battery's still on the way as well. Clem has to buy time. Ideally force an early siege. Ah, the boys are here to repair the tank. And the tanks are slowly pushing forward. He's almost within range of the production of the natural. He's almost there. He is there. Oof. Blinks in, gets punished. Ooh, that's 2 stalkers going down. There's 1 tank left. A Viking does land. And he blinks. Oh, and he gets punished. He gets punished once again. That's going to be 4 stalkers. 5 stalkers fall. And with that, ByuN has done it. ByuN, he has done it. He has broken the natural base, getting into the production. Depowers everything here at the natural as well. And again, Clem, he was just too greedy. He also didn't see the army until it was halfway across the map. And ByuN has done it. And pushing to the natural, sniping the robo. Clem sustained a lot of losses early on, losing his stalkers, which meant that he couldn't stop and delay the push. ByuN, he's doing it, Pappy. Ah. Clem had so much potential at the start of the game as well. So much potential. But again, did slip up when it came to his micro. We'll get a tank. The other tank gets repaired. Oh, does snipe both. Okay. Both tanks go down. Nice snipes out of Clem towards the end. Even here, just bringing away the SCVs, catching out some Marines. Oh god, oh, never mind. Jesus. As he gets intercepted by the tank, brutal losses there for Clem. Brutal, Pappy. As ByuN denies mining, and Clem, he's on a 1 base economy. He's on 1 base. Remember, there's no mining at the 3rd. Let's try to lock down the army though. Boys are being pulled. Boys are being pulled, and Clem should eventually clean this up, but he still will lose 7 probes. 7 probes, more stalkers. Still a very messy defense here from Clem. Very messy, but he does survive. He survives. Clem, he tries to break out across the map, but behind this we do have a siege line. No bunker, but the tanks are in position, and ByuN is fine. Yeah, ByuN, he is fine. Now, thankfully for Clem, he didn't lose his base. He didn't lose the natural, didn't lose his 3rd base, so he's still making 3 probes at a time. Technically, Clem can recover in this game, but he is playing from behind, right? He's playing from a deficit. It's still an uphill battle here for Clem. As Clem even has to rebuild his robo from scratch. Which means the splash damage is going to be heavily delayed. No Colossus, no Storm. And ByuN could even just hit his 1-1 timing here. Just wait for 1-1, then break out. Clem, we just commit? Oh god. He's pushing into 3 tanks. Yeah, massive tank shots on the stalkers. Oof. It's a bold engage here to Clem. I mean, he did catch 2 tanks. There's 2 tanks going down. Getting commits. Opts not to pull the boys. Not this time. Gets across, nice sniper in the sentry, gets 1, gets 2. I just won. There we go. Second sentry goes down, 1 of the tanks is exposed. It's a bit of an awkward engage here from Clem. Sorry, from ByuN. ByuN, he will lose both tanks already. Traded well with the bio, but lost both tanks. Does get into the middle line. Jeez, oh my god, gosh. Gets into the middle line, 17 probes going to be going down, cripples the economy. Gets behind the base, and do we go for the expansion? I'm just going for whatever we can get. Yeah, just going for the probes. 20 pro kills. Oh my god. I mentioned earlier that Clem would have a chance here to try to recover, but he just falls further and further behind. Losing his mineral line. Heavily behind the worker counts, and Clem needs something to bounce back in this game, whether it's War Prism Harass, Zealot Run by, DTs, rushing disruptors. Like, there needs to be some comeback mechanic here for Clem. At the moment, he is slowly working towards Colossus, but this is not good enough, right? He's just taking up in a more standard fashion. Where standard play shouldn't be enough to recover from this kind of deficit. Shouldn't be. I feel like the only world where that would work would be if ByuN was more passive. But it's ByuN. Of course, being active, moving out. So far, he sims in. He wants that Colossus. Zealots go down, sentries are low. Colossus being exposed. There's what, 2 Zealots left. The Colossus does hold its own, but he got the reinforcements. Now we can sim in. Yeah, now we can sim in. Now we can dive. Oh, we can try to. Clem does hold. Oh god, that was. Have we been F2 stimming? Are we? The answer is yes. Okay. Like, the reinforcements have been arriving on half HP. I'm like, what the hell? ByuN, calm down, bud. Calm down. Yeah, speaking of, he once again stims the entire army. And he should have enough anyway. Yeah, he does have enough. Breaks through the Stalkers, breaks into the Colossus as well. GG gets called in. ByuN takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG well played. Again, it was just a very rough start there for Clem. Winding it back, if you recall, Clem, he did open up with a proxy across the map, and it was not bad, right? He was able to delay the CC, get a couple of SCV kills, delay the expansion, could take his own lead economically, and he had that decent start. That, of course, led into ByuN counterattacking. It led into Clem being overly aggressive as well, bleeding out too many Stalkers when he initially applied pressure at the natural base. Bled out Stalkers, which meant that he couldn't maintain any kind of map control. It meant that ByuN could push across the map unscouted until he was more than halfway. Not just that though, because so many Stalkers had gone down earlier, it meant that Clem couldn't engage with the army ahead of time. By the time he engaged, I mean, ByuN was already across the map. He was already across the map, already pushing towards a natural, and he broke through. He had his boys being pulled, he had the repair, he broke through the main defense, and with that, GG. GG well played. He was able to get on top of the robo, get on top of the production, the economy I should say, and Clem couldn't recover from there. Let's go. Let's get into game number 2. Gets loaded into 10,000 feet. Hopefully this time Clem can be a little bit more attentive to his army and lucky when it comes to his unit control. To lose that many Stalkers that early on is brutal. You cannot get away with that at this level of play. You gotta tighten up. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the French Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Shopify. It is a ByuN. Let us go. So you just think we Clem to have different build orders? I would agree in that sense. We don't often get to see Clem go for proxies, and I would say that was successful. That was a successful part of the game for Clem, was the early game. It's just the follow-up was where he was lacking, where he tried to push into the natural, where he pushed into... If you remember, I'm referring to the moment when he sniped the Cyclone. When he pushed into the tank line, he sniped the Cyclone, but he lost 3 Stalkers in the process. Like that early on, every Stalker counts that much more. As looks like there was a bit of a pause. So hopefully everything's okay. So loading into game 2, welcome to 10,000 feet. This time the gateway is back at home. Gateway's back at home, and Clem going for his own gate expand. And once again, single gas out of ByuN, going racks expand as well. Again, he just being as annoying as possible. Once again, ByuN does go for the same build, so it's racks expand into Marine first, no Reaper, and no SCV Scouts. Again, this build is just very common, very common in TVZ. Sorry, TVP. Cutting corners, being greedy. Welcome to 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet, as we mentioned in the past, does favor momentum. So whoever does have momentum has a bigger advantage here. I say that just because the short rush distance by ground, it doesn't take long at all to get across the map after winning a fight. And we'll see how we adjust. As behind this, a Twilight Council opener at a Clem. Was look before leaping? Kind of. I mean, there's no way to, I guess, test the waters really in that early game when it came to the Stalker aggression of Clem. It was just a bit of an overcommitment from him. Just misjudged the fight. Misjudged the engage. From here though. We have our 1-1-1 follow-up. So far, everything's looking normal. Everything's looking standard. Nothing crazy, nothing wild. First adept is going to be called out. And so far, it's looking like a safer build here. We have 2 gateways so far in a robo. We're expecting a 3rd gateway into 3-gate blink. So far, it's looking very safe. And again, Clem is just applying some very light pressure here. Nowhere near as committed as last time. Just poking in, confirming the location of the army. I said very safe build. Never mind. Clem and going 2-gate blink into a 3rd. Okay. So Clem is cutting corners. He's being greedy. Hailing runway doesn't scout the 3rd base timing. Does get into the main, and we'll get 1 probe. One probe does go down. But again, a greedy move here from Clem. This is a style that has fallen out of fashion in recent times, so this is a bold move. It's a bold move. Oh no, Saber, no. Shout out to Lily. It's a Chinese caster. Chinese caster, he does host a bunch of events as well. He hosts Little League Cup, which is an irregular tournament. But it did look like Saber might have been lagging earlier. As behind this Clem, he's going to charge. So far, he is soon to be saturating his 3rd. Has yet to really kick in. And behind this, we have our 3-1-1 setup. Nothing crazy out of ByuN. ByuN just working towards Sim, building his army. He's being a little bit cheeky here with the initial drop, though. Clem is in position. Clem defends. Auto tart harass behind the natural. No auto tarts yet. So far, Clem is keeping up. He's keeping up with the harass. We're just waiting for the main push. Here comes the Unsiege. Here comes the Unsiege. Now, when it comes to this move out, ByuN should be expanding behind it. So we should soon be seeing a 3rd command center. As ByuN pushes. Oh. His move gets spotted by a Clem. So nice vision, nice scouting. Clem is aware. We can see because Clem knows that ByuN is coming, ByuN knows that Clem knows, so he wants to try to catch out the stalkers. He's hoping that Clem tries to intercept, and Clem did try to, but on the right side. Oh, the observer, yeah, the observer did spot the army. Snipes the observer. Clem pulled away. And ByuN backs off. So some cheeky moves out of our players here. In the end, ByuN does pull away. Now, something that I noticed, there's still no third. If you recall, I assumed that ByuN would throw down a third CC as he pushed. No third base yet. Instead, ByuN reinforces. Autohouse behind the third. Tanks that will siege within range of the fourth. Oh, a little bit greedy. But he does siege. Yeah, he does siege up. Solid position here for ByuN. Ooh, depowers the robot, snipes the Colossus instantly. Oh my god. Colossus goes down. And Clem should hold. Clem should hold here. Getting on top of the tank. Getting on top of the army, but still heavy losses as we drop into the main. Oh my god, 23 probe kills, the one drop. Clem was distracted, we were distracted. The one drop full of Marines. You remember this was a drop from earlier where Clem, he knew the medevac was here, he had his stalkers in position initially, but he did leave an opening, and that is critical damage. 25 probes. It was the drop alongside Auto Tart Harass. This Raven already has 8 kills. Oof. And again, Clem, he handled himself well when it came to the main fight, outside of losing his Colossus, of course. But now this is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. ByuN is snowballing out of control, has a massive army to work with. Clem, he has a crippled economy. Clem has no splash damage. The Colossus just now on the way. And ByuN cannot trade. Nice retargeting with the mine. That's retargets. Colossus has arrived. ByuN jumping towards the main, going for the cyber core, and he will snipe. The cyber core is going to go down. Very nice pickup. Does boost away. Reinforcements, they hit the initial fourth, and Clem just doesn't have the supply. He just cannot defend multiple locations at once. His army is just too small. The base will fall. Oh, never mind. Plays it safe. ByuN backs off. The base is very low. But ByuN doesn't want to throw away his army. As ByuN pulls back, dropping back into the main base with a double drop. Forcing out Zealot Warpins. And Clem is all in. Clem at this one. Oh no, he's all in. He gets caught. He gets caught out here as well. Massive pickup. Colossus goes down. And Clem will lose everything. GG gets called. ByuN will claim the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here, ByuN. He will claim the series. Will claim the series 2-0. Again, Clem, he was caught with his pants down. He was inattentive in his main base. He was distracted by the main push. And again, more or less, he was okay when it came to defending against the main army. It was brutal that he lost a Colossus, so ByuN still came out ahead. And then he came out further ahead by dropping into the main. And again, Clem, he did not react in time. Did not react in time. Did not pull away. He lost every probe in his main base. 25 worker kills. That is game-ending damage. GG. GG, well played. With that, ByuN does advance on to the grand finals, waiting for the winner of the next series. Let's go. Let us go. Here we go as we're getting ready for our next matchup. And again, that is a big win here for ByuN. I mean, again, game one was Clem being a little bit overly ambitious and overly aggressive and getting punished for that. Here in game 2, though, that was straight up Clem's attention, right? Clem, his attention was split, his attention was spread, and he was unable to keep up with ByuN's multi-prong. And with that, we're going into our next semis here. So ByuN is waiting in the grand finals. He's waiting for the winner of the series. Up next, we have a PvP between herO and Classic. Let's go. Let us go. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the opposing South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. Here we go. We're getting into our fresh best of 3, and eyes are on both players here. Now, when it comes to PvP, when it comes to herO versus Classic, they are both very well versed with each other, and they're both animals. They're both animals. Hyper aggression is expected. Hyper aggression is favored here in PvP, and we'll keep an eye on our players to see if we throw down any proxy pylons and how committed we are. Who's going to be the first to go for one base all in? Who will be the first? Now we're moving out across the map. Gateways have been thrown down. And here is just scouting. Here is scouting. Classic has nothing on the map itself. Welcome to Ruby Rock. Ruby Rock is one of the smaller maps of the map pool. Smaller map, shorter rush distance by ground. Aggression is favored on this map, and we don't have to proxy to be aggressive. Not on Ruby Rock. For now, 2 gate openers abound. Comes in for the probe scouts, and everything's looking normal so far. Now, what we're doing here is that herO is looking for the pylon. herO is looking for the second pylon. A Classic 0 probe scout is wild, by the way. To not scout in PvP is insane. So this is a massive gamble here from Classic. Technically, this means that Classic is ahead. Technically. What does that mean? Well, Classic, because he doesn't send a worker out to scout, Classic has 1 extra probe mining, whereas herO had 1 extra worker scouting. So technically in this mirror matchup, Classic has a slightly better economy. Classic does hide his pylon here on the bottom side of the natural base. So fake proxy pylon out of Classic. He wants herO to overreact. And herO, ooh, he scouts the low ground, but he barely does miss the pylon. Yeah, herO, he does miss the pylon. He's playing blind, he's in the dark. And herO, does he overreact? Yep, he throws in a pylon in the main. So the third pylon in the main base tells us that herO, he's scared of an all-in, he's scared of expanding, he wants to set up in the main base instead, even going for, yep, the defensive robo. So a massive reaction here by herO. He believes that there is a proxy. He believes. We know there isn't. And as a result, the Classic is going to be the first to expand. Now, when it comes to the build order so far, Classic has the edge. Classic is being more greedy. He has the economic advantage. Now, something to bear in mind is that herO, he can turn this into a 1 base all-in if he needs to. He can throw down a 3rd gateway and then commit instead. It's going to be a weaker 1 base all-in because it is a reactive and delayed robo. That is true, so it is going to be weaker, but he can still try to pull this off. As herO moves in, herO sees the expand. Yeah, he does see the Nexus, and now herO knows, ooh, that it has been tricked. Prism is on the way. As herO, he needs to get some damage done. herO is far behind in the economy. As herO, he has no natural expansion. herO is still trapped in his own main. But he's moving out. He's got his 4 adepts. More Prism has arrived. herO still has not thrown down the 3rd gateway. That tells us that herO most likely will expand. He wants to. He wants to expand. He's going to be denied. Classic going for the probe and does snipe the worker. Ay. Again, herO does not want to all in. He wants to expand. There it is. There's an Nexus, but very late. Very late expansion here. herO, the pressure's on. He is behind. Oh, missed into the mineral line. Okay. He gets 1. No, not even. Wait, what? He kills 0 probes. 0 workers go down. Nice force field. Catching out 1 adept. Oh, never mind. Hot pickup. Here he does pull out. Does pull away. And so far, Classic is looking much more comfortable. Classic is up in workers. He's up in mining. He has a natural base. His is still being produced. Still not even halfway done. Now, herO's not out of this yet. Due to all these adepts, he has potential. He can shade in. He can one-shot probes. Classic is distracted. Adepts, they move forward. Shading to the natural. Into the main even. There's a way in. Oh, doesn't commit. Doesn't quite commit. As hero's now taking up. Safety Immortals. Blink is on the way. Adept station into the middle line. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 4, 5. 5 probe kills for 4 Adepts. So almost a 1-to-1 trade. It's something. Oof, Jesus. Yeah, massive volley goes off. Catching out 1 Adept. Prism is getting low. We have a Stargate follow-up, getting the Phoenixes. And here did invest into a hefty army. A classic, he's had an army supply. Behind this here, he's slowly building up his immortal counts. And due to the high immortal counts, I believe, and with classic scan this as well, I believe we should be expanding. Okay, we're working towards the mid game. Actually, I say that due to the Phoenix count that we're building up here, it does mean that there is a way to break through this army. If he can lift up all the Immortals, then there are enough Stalkers on the ground to break through. So Classic has to make a choice. Sorry, I was just dying for a moment. But we do dip in. We do dip in. 4 probe kills, not bad. 4 workers go down. Prism does recall, I believe. Yeah, Prism recalls back home. And here's pushing. Here is moving out. He's got his sentries. He has his immortals. A bit of a Soul Train-esque push. Hero does have blink. As he moves out, Phoenix is then moving in. And it's all or nothing for Hero. Here he does not expand. Likewise, neither did Classic. Oh, did I speak too soon? Okay, yeah. Likewise, Classic didn't expand either. It's going to be a tough hold here for Classic due to the high immortal counts. It's going to be very difficult. Hero going for the force field. Oh no, he gets in. Yeah, he does get in. Massive force field. Zones away Classic, and with that Classic, he's stuck. He's trapped on the low ground. There's no recall. There's no engine for recall either. Ay, ay, ay. The force fields, they will not stop. And with that, Classic just completely out of position. The Prism may go down. It does barely fall, so no extra warp ins, but we have another force field. Yeah, we have one more. Once again, Classic just zoned out his own main. Here, we have to get the hell out of here. As he's being cornered. Oof, he looks like he may lose every single unit here, though he does not get out. Oh no, he tries to. And here he attempts to blink away. Getting out more Stalkers. And from here is forced out. As it settles, we do see that here he's slightly ahead in the economy. But what about the main army? Glaives are on the way. Glaives is going to be much faster here for a Classic. Hero does have a slight edge when it comes to the Immortals, claiming his own third. And Classic is all in. At this point, Classic goes, yep, there we go. Extra gateways. Classic could have chosen here to expand, but no expansion. Extra gateways. He's going for a massive 2-base all-in as a counterattack. But does he have enough? As time goes on, it's getting better and better for Hero. He has no batteries, which is a bit concerning. No battery set up. Prism is on the way. No shot that Hero wants to push into Classic. No shot. He's going for it. Okay, let's go. I mean, Hero does have the advantage here, but at the same time, he's kind of giving Classic what he wants. As Classic is 2-base all in. He does push forward. That's a lot of adepts, a lot of immortals. Here blinks in, nice once again the force fields. Oh, the immortals are locked out. They're locked out of the fights. They cannot engage. The force fields have been insane here for herO. And with that, herO, he does overwhelm. Breaks through the main army. Now diving in the immortals. Once again, force fields, they just zone away so many units. Classic only fighting with part of his army at a time. With a portion at a time. And with that herO, he has done it. He has broken the natural base. And we'll take a lead in the series. I say that we do have 4 immortals here that are trying to hold the line. Okay, the juggling. The juggling at a classic. He's holding on at the same time. It they busted into the main base. 15 probes going to be going down. Yeah, GG gets called. And herO takes game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. herO, he did overwhelm. Again, very nice force fields out of herO, both when it came to the final fights, but also when it came to the earlier engage, when he force fielded the ramp, and when Classic was completely out of position. He had no energy in his main base, so he couldn't recall back into his main. He was just stuck on the low ground and could not engage. Couldn't help. GG. GG, well played. With that, herO takes a 1-0 lead in the series, and now we're going to be loading game number 2. Going to be loading into the Old Republic. As spawning in the bottom hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss representing Protoss Pro. Currently down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. It is a classic. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the other South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing T1 in the series 1-0. It is herO. Posture check in the chats. No slouching. No slouching. Posture check. Whew. Sorry, just stretching. Getting ready, locking in. As we are loading into the Old Republic is a larger map in the map pool. It's a little bit larger here. There are more areas, more spaces to proxy if it need be. Last game was very chaotic with herO overreacting, believing that Classic was proxying. Classic was able to take an economic lead as a result of that, but herO did recover. He was able to recover and deal counter damage and cripple Classic. Was able to cripple. Led into the eventual move out, and a snowball from there. Did snowball. But now once again we're opening up this time Classic. His pylon is inside of the main, so here he knows. He's aware of the location, he's aware there's a standard opener. Likewise herO, his own pylon is in the main base as well. So no proxies, no cheese, no shenanigans, and no fake out either. As a reminder, last game Classic did fake out herO. So now we're both opening up at double adepts. Ooh, both going Stargate as well. Now, bearing in mind that neither player is aware of the Stargate play yet, but once we do reveal this, then we're going to be forcing Phoenixes. Now, both herO and Classic are very fond of getting out of Phoenix Wars. Typically, traditionally, if both players confirm what's going on, they should start and never stop making Phoenixes. But both Classic and herO are very fond of going for a Blink transition into Mass Blink Stalker. That's that heads up. Here moves out. Behind this here is going to be the first to expand. This pylon is delaying Classic quite heavily, actually. Yeah, it does delay him. Sniping 1, sniping 2, sniping 3. Oh, 2. There we go. 3 probes go down. A massive pickles here by herO. herO does take a lead, forcing the wall off as well, and Classic is stuck in the main. He just cannot expand. That goes behind this Classic going Oracle first. Meanwhile, Phoenixes are on the way for herO. No shot. Oracles are revealed. herO just banking in the main. Classic doesn't know. Doesn't know what he's moving into. And Classic so far at least has a recall. Does have a recall available. Oracle does scout the natural waste timing. Pivots away. And does pivot away. Classic going for his own second Stargate. Second Stargate into Mass Phoenix. Nice reads here by Classic. And we are flirting with the idea of Phoenix Wars. I say we're flirting with the idea just because hero's not aware. He's not aware that Classic has started Phoenix production. He is currently unaware. As a result, there's going to be a power spike with Classic getting to double Phoenix production itself. We can never well. You can never well. Sage trap into the main base. There's recall back home. And so far, how many Phoenixes? We have 3 versus 5. herO still has a Phoenix advantage due to having earlier Phoenix production. But he will soon lose that advantage. herO does reinforce with a couple of Stalkers. Speaking of... he will be able to reinforce. He does break through. Yeah, hero's pushing in. Bullying Classic. Oh my god, catching one of the Phoenixes. He gets one, and he should get all. Should get all 3. Oof, massive pickup. 3 Phoenixes go down. GG gets called, and herO hits just before Classic can build up his Phoenixes. And with that, herO takes it to 0. GG. GG. Again, Classic, he had double Stargate production, but remember, he was still down 2 Phoenixes. He needed more time for the second Stargate to kick in, and herO just attacked. He just assaulted before that second Stargate came into play. GG. GG, well played. With that, herO, he will claim the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Whew. As we are going to be getting ready here, it is going to be a best of 5 between herO and ByuN. If you recall, ByuN took down Clem earlier, and now he's up against herO in a best of 5 TVP. Now, we are going to be going on a short break. Here, and when we come back, we'll have our next series, we'll have our next matchup. Can you be in the Phoenix War if you're not aware of it? You can. I mean, that's kind of what we just saw. Because remember, herO didn't know there was a second Stargate, by the way. herO didn't know. He didn't know there was a second Stargate. He didn't know how many Phoenixes that Classic had. Here, he was working with very limited information, but still break through. Let's go. That is a good question, though. Like, that's where they weren't fully aware, but hey, was able to break through, was able to hit his timing. And with that, we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll have the grand finals of this week's KungFu Cup. See you soon.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, I hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OST as we returned here with our best of 5 grand finals here of the KungFu Cup week number 7. Again, a big shout out to SC Boy. Big shout out to SC Boy for hosting and running the event on a regular basis. KungFu Cup was gone for quite some time. There was a massive hiatus without KungFu Cup, but with the recent, of course, the recent, I should say, collaboration. There we go, collaboration and partnership with NetEase from Blizzard and with Thunderfire coming in as a major sponsor. We have had many more tournaments from the Chinese scene and from the Chinese circuit taking place, like their regular weeklies, like their table or the regular team league matches, and also with their fun kind of like show matches with the other streamers and VTubers over in China. And KungFu Cup happens to be a part of that kind of collaboration as well. So big shout out to SC Boy and the amount of tournaments that they've been hosting and funding and running over in the Chinese and international scene. And we'll see who's going to be this week's champion. Let's go. It is going to be our initial best of 5. Game 1 is going to be on Old Republic. Let's go. Let us go as we are jumping into our fresh best of 5. We're jumping into game 1. Oh, gracias, Oddstar, gracias. Do appreciate it. Yeah. You work so hard. Thanks for your contribution to the scene. I really appreciate you casting for us every day like this. We do our best, Pap. We do our best. This week especially is very intense. We have 2 casts a day every single day. Of course, we have later on this evening is the Pondcast, and you know what else starts this week? GSL. GSL is this week, Pap. Yeah. So we're going to be all over GSL Season 2, as the Season 1 finals was over the weekend, and Season 2 begins this week, which is kind of crazy. I personally, you know, not just because I would love to have some rest, but I wish that there was a bit of a longer break in between seasons. You know, it would be nice if we spread it out a little bit. Soup, GSL, it would be nice. But regardless, Season 2 begins this week as well, so do stay tuned for more GSL action. Otherwise, we're going to be jumping into our fresh series and spawning in the bottom hand corner of Old Republic. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the Red Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss representing T1. It is herO. Let's go. Let us go as we are jumping directly here into our best of 5 grand finals, and already double gas opener. Interesting. Double gas opener out of ByuN, going for a faster factory, going for a delayed CC. If you recall, against Clem, every game ByuN went for more economic builds, but here against herO, ByuN is going for a safer, more tech heavy start instead. Let's go. Let us go. As, oh my god, he wants the SCV. As here he does want the SCV. He does pull away though. Again, herO behind this, getting into his own standard setup.
and welcome to the Old Republic. Now, this map does favor, I would say, Protoss when it comes to mid to late game play. The 3rd and 4th base on this map is very difficult to maintain, and if the Protoss player gains map control, they can dominate on the Old Republic. So we should be seeing something more aggressive out of ByuN. Like, we should be seeing something more aggressive, something more committed. We should be seeing something to try to end things a little bit earlier here in favor of the Terran player. If ByuN isn't able to, then it's going to be a rough mid to late game. Oh, it will be rough. For now, we are going to be opening up. Dear GSL, start a month later so I can sleep. Unironically, that would be amazing. Por favor, Patty, por favor. I mean, I understand that like the schedules are really tight at the moment in terms of like milestones of the game, right? The French event, the big French offline tournament is around the corner. We have like Home Story Cup around the corner. We have RSL that's currently ongoing as well. Like this, I understand there's a lot going on. At the same time, you know, there's a lot of months in the year. we could just spread things out a little bit, just a little bit. It'd be nice. Por favor. As behind this, we have Reactor Reaper Hellion. Oh, okay, so much more committed here. So Reactor Reaper Hellion, again, this is off of the double gas opener. The goal here is economic damage. Reaper Hellion doesn't scale well. It does not scale well into a longer game when it comes to main army compositions. So the purpose here is to bust into a mineral line and to kill probes. If we don't kill probes, then we fall behind. So again, this is a big investment. So far, we do have the battery on the low ground, a sentry for force shields as well. Oh my god, wait, calm down. As hero's on patrol, and he does wall. Yeah, he does wall off. Ooh, KDA charge does knock the units out of place here, but here's in position. Here he's in position, here he does defend, he does deflect, and so far so good. Now at least ByuN does preserve these units. He does keep the Reapers and Hellions alive, so he can always go back in, but for the most part herO has held and he moves out for some scouting information. Behind this, herO needs to know where to mine drop, cloak Banshee for example. What is the follow-up does confirm the tech lab on the starport. So big scout here for herO. Oh, going for a fake cloak. Okay. ByuN faking cloak. Researching interference matrix, bearing in mind that there is no intention of letting this finish, of course, and making a medevac. So ByuN is trying to force some inefficiencies out of herO. herO back at home does go for the robo and 3 gates on 2 bases, so very safe play out of herO, whereas arguably didn't need to. Didn't need to be the safe. Observers being prioritized. 3rd base now being taken. And we're getting into our early game. We're getting in. So yeah, I got here just in time for ByuN versus herO. True. Just in time. Start of best of 7. Oh, I should emphasize as well that this is the grand finals, but the finals of open cups and weekly tournaments are best of 5s. It's quite rare to have a best of 7. Not impossible. I think there have been a couple of moments where we have seen best of 7s for grand finals, depending on the event. But we do get into the mineral line. Yeah, batteries in position, 2 probe kills. Not bad. Not bad damage, considering how little the Reaper Hellion initially dealt, going for the follow-up drop and catching out 2 probes and preserving the army. Not bad. So ByuN does pull away. Behind this, working towards stim, +1. Working on that follow-up. Likewise, herO gets into blink, into charge, into eventually his splash damage. For now, just fixating on a very heavy gateway composition and looking to secure his 3rd. So just calming things down. herO's being somewhat active here to apply some pressure. Observers outside of the bases. There is only 1 tank. Wait, what? Only 1 tank here, so there's a way into the main. Marauders in position. Yeah, ByuN, he responds. ByuN's defensive line is a little bit weaker here as he's very biocentric, but ByuN should have enough. You can see ByuN back off. Oh. Decent big goes by herO. Catching out a couple of Reapers. Pulling away. Behind this, ByuN does expand. His 3rd CC is now in production. So ByuN is not all in. As he attempts to break out. So far, stimming forward, catching out a Stalker. Nice little pickoffs. herO just trying to buy time, and herO, can he hold on to that fourth base? Oh my god. Yeah, herO being greedy here. The low ground expansion is exposed. ByuN pushing forward. There's only one tank. True. Just the one. Charge is finishing. And with charge finishing, herO, he can dive in. herO can dive. ByuN trying to bait the armor within tank range. One tank shot goes off, and ByuN pulls away. Good call. Good call here because we had Zealot reinforcements, and herO would have completely cleaned this up. Because ByuN has to get the hell out of here. Failed to apply pressure at the fourth base. Didn't quite break through. And ByuN, he needs to retreat. Sets up his wooden mines. And so far does hold. Okay, so we have our back and forth here. Now, I'm a little bit concerned about the third base timing for ByuN. herO is gaining map control. He's building up his Colossus, and we'll see if ByuN can expand. As herO, he doesn't quite commit. Bleeds out a couple of Zealots. Once again, Zealots going down. herO claiming his fourth base. Massing up additional Colossi as well. It's building up. Again, herO playing with fires is a very Marauder heavy composition. As he distracts Elsie, do slip into the mineral line. Exhibit of the natural. Cashing out a couple of SCVs, only a couple. There's a recall back home. herO pokes in, and ByuN, he defends well. He defends well. He bleeds out 2 SCVs, so minimal losses for ByuN. Claims the third. herO double expanding. He's getting his fourth up and running, now getting a fifth. Fifth base on the way. If you recall, we spoke about this actually during the weekend, during the GSL broadcast, but someone like Classic is very, very strong at going for something like this, at just mass expanding, claiming his fourth, his fifth, and his sixth base as quickly as possible, especially on a map like the Old Republic. herO following suit, takes out the tank. The tank goes down. Free swipes on the Colossus. And ByuN at this point is in trouble. ByuN is holding on, that is true, but he's slowly bleeding out window mines, bleeding out tanks, and more importantly, herO is freely expanding, and ByuN so far has yet to break out. He can't do much about it. And if you remember at the very beginning of the series, we spoke about this kind of scenario. I spoke about how it is very, very difficult for Terran players to maintain a 3 and 4 base setup on this map. So we expected an all-in, but ByuN didn't all-in. Playing out the mid to late game is difficult here, as herO he double expands, claiming his 6th base. Very fast expansions here, because he can. Because ByuN is pinned down. He's pinned down back at home. More bases on the way. Greater map control. And in a couple of moments here, we're going to be able to reach a point where herO has a brutal economy, and then he can just keep remaxing, rebuilding, remaxing, and just hammering away at the third location. There are opportunities here for ByuN to maybe go for drop play. It's risky, but you have to take a risk at a certain point. I mean, that's why herO, he throws down all these spotter pylons. To make sure there is no drop. And this is the dynamic of the Old Republic. I will say that on other maps it is easier for the Terran to expand and get a 4th base, but specifically on the Old Republic it is insanely difficult to get a 4th. It is difficult. And the rationale for that is that we have the low ground 4th base, which is very open and accessible from multiple angles, and on the low ground you have the base here on the right hand side, which is further spread out. You can see the distance in between 3rd and 4th base is quite long. And also, it's very accessible, wider entrances here at the 4th base. Even here at the 3rd base, wider entrance. And all of that together makes it difficult for the Terran player to defend and to turtle. To be fair, it makes it difficult for anyone to defend in turtle, but again, herO, he gets away with it because he has map control. He has map control, likewise diving in, trading out zealots. Take a mind shot to the face. Yeah, +3 on the way. Getting into 3/3 upgrades, warping in more zealots. Again, trading zealots is worth it, and technically herO never has to push up this ramp. Technically, he just has to wait for ByuN to expand, and then punish whichever fourth is attempted to be taken. Oh, speaking of ByuN, he's going for the low ground. Going for the low ground fourth base, and this is where ByuN needs to make a stand. He needs to expand. Meanwhile, herO has every other base on the map. Now, having bases is nice. Here, he doesn't have saturation. Bear that in mind. Oh. F0 does blink in. Yeah, it blinks in. Patching up more ByuN units. Delaying set expansion. Oh, goes to lead the charge. Looking for EMPs. Does EMP the main army. Vikings, they hold their own. We have 9 Vikings so far. That should be enough. I mean, it's okay, considering how low the Colossus are. But personally, I would like to see herO just main out from here. Like, main out all these probes, for example, to this expansion. This base is a little bit more on ByuN's side, and there's a chance, there's a world where ByuN survives, takes his 4th base, then claims the 5th, and eventually takes these bases for himself. So here in the late game, whoever has map control, in whichever matchup, you do want to take these bases as quickly as possible, to essentially take resources away from your opponent. Take him away, papi. Nice snipe. Gets one Colossus. Gets one. Gets two. Just the one. Takes down a Colossus. Pulls away. Second Colossus. Wait, was that friendly fire? Was that? Over there, yeah, he did. I was literally confused here. I was like, wait, what? What killed the Colossus? herO killed his own Colossus. Ay, ay, ay. herO, calm down. Zero's now switching things up. Stargate is on the way for Sky Toss. Zell take laps in, and nice juggling with the Colossus. Oh, spoke too soon. One Colossus left. A crazy blink. Yeah, it blinks in, but there are enough zealots, so he gets away with it. Here, he's overwhelming. Does overwhelm, sniping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Vikings. Almost every Viking goes down. Did lose a Colossus in the end, but still a better fight for herO. As well, they are allowed in. And they're allowed in. CC goes down, and ByuN has just been torn apart here. Even if he survives, remember, herO has a massive economy. That's the bases. So again, you can argue it doesn't have the mines, right? It doesn't have the saturation here on these fringe bases, which is a concern. But it's fine. Like here, he still has a large enough army. Gives chase behind this. He's got 4 roper. Oh my god, that's crazy. He's making 4 colossi at a time, papi. Ay, ay, ay. It's the herO. And you can get away with it because now there are no Vikings, right? The Viking house resets. ByuN attempts to expand the low ground. I believe that is the main base floating over. As also gets to the mineral line, as if he's going to be going down. Massive damage. And ByuN, he does barely hold here, but as I mentioned before, herO can afford this. Guys, here come the Colossi. GG, GG gets cold. That's an only coffin here, and herO, he will claim game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Here it'll take lead in the series. Once again, to reiterate, I'm a little bit surprised that ByuN didn't go for an all-in on this map. The Old Republic is notorious for being heavily Protoss favored in the mid to late game. Like trying to play mid to late game here on this map is insanely difficult. As you saw, it is easier for the Protoss to mass expand. It is more difficult for the Terran to take their 4th base. Very, very difficult. So a little bit surprised here that ByuN did play out more mid game oriented, and as a result of that, it did try to go toe to toe with herO. He was overwhelmed. herO gaining map control early on, mass expanding, snowballing out of control. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going to be loading game 2. Going to be loading to 10,000 feet. Let's go. Este tortuga. Este tortuga. Bastante se la come, papi. Sí, sí. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. Here we go. We're going to be loading into game number 2 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of 10,000 feet. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss himself. Representing T1, it is herO. Here we go. As we are going to be opening up, and welcome one on to 10,000 feet. Now, I should also emphasize this. What you saw on the Old Republic is very unique to the Old Republic in the sense that, again, that is the easiest map as the Protoss player to gain map control and to mass expand on. It is the hardest map as a Terran player to actually get your 4th base up and running. But when it comes to that dynamic here on other maps, it is very different. Welcome to 10,000 feet. Now, your initial 4-base setup here is easier to secure as your 4 bases are very close together here. Your natural is behind the 3rd, so if you take your 3rd base, the forward 3rd base, you can protect your natural, and likewise you have your 4th base here as well, all within the same screen, right? Natural, 4th, 3rd, it's all here together, very close, a very short rush distance between them. So as the defending player rotating to deflect and to defend against an attack coming from here or attack coming from here is very quick. It's very quick and easy here for the defending player. So your 4 bases are a lot easier to maintain. The 5th base, that's when things get maybe a little bit more difficult here. Likewise, 10,000 feet, smaller map, less bases period on the map, in the map itself. So we do often see a lot more mid-game play as a result, like early to mid-game. For herO to end up in a similar situation as last game is going to be very difficult to achieve. Meanwhile, oh, Tech Lab opener here by ByuN, opening up Marauder. Okay, interesting. herO pokes in, herO does scout the initial build, herO does see only 1 gas, so herO is aware of the racks expand. We of course know that the CC is on the high ground, so safe variation by ByuN into Marauder to be even safer. Marauders, they typically punish the first gateway unit. Typically. Now from here, ByuN can do one of 2 things. He can either turn this into a 3CC 3 racks or 3 racks, and we have the answer: 2nd and 3rd racks. We're going for a very committed stim timing, so hyper aggression here by ByuN. Should be seeing a 3rd racks. Yep, there we go. 3rd racks into stim, combat shields, into mass marine. Oh boy, into mass bio. That's the way of putting it. As we are going to be opening up. Twilight Council opener here at a herO, 1 gateway with the main base, 1 gateway with the natural, so 2 gate blinks so far out of our Protoss player. We'll see if he claims a 3rd. See if he does claim. Meanwhile, ByuN, it looks like herO didn't move out across the map to try to punish the CC. ByuN instead pushing with his first 2 Marauders, but there's a battery. There's a safety battery back at home, so herO should be fine. ByuN even backs off. He was hoping to catch a stray unit in the center of the map. ByuN doesn't feel confident, too confident pushing into the natural. Pulls away, and herO does confirm. Here he scouts some Marauders, dives into the main, scouts the timing of the CC, and he confirms the 3 racks. He sees everything here. He confirms the 3 rack sim timing. Again, very committed here by ByuN. And herO should be ready in time. herO's still playing it safe. Yep, Robo on 2 bases. 3rd gateway as well, so 3 gate blink into the Robo. Very safe play out of herO. So playing it. Oh wait, whoa, what's going on? Initially this was a safe build, but suddenly double forge on 2 bases. Wait, what? Due to the double forge, hero's going to have a delayed 3rd expansion. Likewise, later splash damage as well. This is a unique response here to a 3 racks. Not gonna lie. This does mean that there's going to be a 1-1 and 2-2 timing very quickly for hero. Very, very quickly. Obviously, the sim timing will hit first. But I'm not used to seeing this as a reaction. Hero doesn't even have the gas to use this. Not yet. Interesting. Bay's on the way for Colossus. Because here he saw, right? He saw everything. He saw the Raxes. Alrighty, calm down. As we have our 1-1 upgrades on the way. Into Bay. All on 2 bases, by the way. Like, the hero, he has not expanded. Very late 3rd. Oh my, Roddy's aghast. Like he's he doesn't know what to say. Ay. But again, as we mentioned before, this does mean we have really strong upgrade timings for hero. 0 perks in. Hero finally does claim his 3rd, but again, a very late expansion for hero. And ByuN going for a double drop. Ooh, okay. Bold move. He's going for his double drop. Getting to the main. Hero's out of position. There's a recall back home. It does recall. The surges get focused down. He gets 1. Yeah, he gets 1. He gets the soakers as well. Difficult defense here for hero. ByuN's pushing. Does hit the 3rd base. And hero's trying to keep up. Cannon goes down. ByuN doesn't find critical damage yet, but so far has been able to break out. He breaks out. He contains hero. ByuN behind this going for his own 3rd CC. Going for his expands. Dropping back in. Colossus is in position though. Nice wipes. Yeah, ByuN's trying to pull hero apart. Hero, he does have the Colossus in the main base, which is concerning. There's no Colossus here on the front lines. Tank gets spotted. Okay, 2nd Colossus does arrive. Charge is not yet done. Does not get on top of the tank. Oof. It doesn't break through. The tank is in position. Marines, they stim on forward. He's going for the Colossus. Goes to the dive, and he does not get it. Oh my god. ByuN overextending. Yeah, ByuN overcommits. He bleeds out a lot of Marines in the process. His tank is too far back, and hero holds. Whew. Here he does hold on. At the same time, here he will lose his Cyber Core. So at least ByuN gets some damage. Only some. From here just getting map control, now claiming his 4th base. This is where now I'm a little bit concerned. If you recall, I was shocked. I was surprised that hero was going for double forge and double upgrades as quickly as he was on 2 bases. But now that he survived the early game aggression from ByuN, he survived the 3x sim timing. Hero's getting out of hand. He maintained and he preserved his 3rd base, now getting a 4th, and now he can take advantage and make use of these insanely fast upgrades. 2-2 is almost done, then he can rush into 3-3. So Hero's going to have a very big power spike in the mid game if he can get there. Bearing in mind that he's not there yet, but I mean, it's almost. The pressure is very much so on ByuN. Now, ByuN does have the greater army, of course. You can see in the supply disparity. ByuN, he has a greater bio army, marines, marauders, tanks. The reasoning for this is the worse economy. Like, that's why this was still like a very shaky build from herO. He has a late third, he has late fourth base, so he had late production, and he has a smaller army as a result of that. But the upgrades are kicking in. 2-2 is almost done. 2-2 is almost complete. herO does warp in, and it'll soon be go time. So herO does want to hit with that timing with those upgrades. 2-2 finishing up in 10 seconds. Here he comes. What do we have? 4 tanks. Okay, we have 4 pre-siege tanks. Nice concave here by ByuN. Storm's definitely getting. Oh god, he blinks in. He gets 1. He gets 1. He gets 2. 2 tanks go down. Can he get 3? None of zealous. None of zealous. Not yet. Yeah, some shaky trades here by herO. He bled out a lot of stalkers. Vikings, they move in. They catch 1 Colossus. Yeah, 1 Colossus goes down, and now going for the other as well. Where are the zealots? We need more. It's close. Yeah, he needs more charge lots in the end. ByuN, he breaks the main army, sims on forward, gets us up with the Colossus, and herO, the juggling there. Oh my god. He saves the Colossi. Just barely. But herO doesn't have enough. He does not have enough. He cannot get on top of those tanks. He was lacking zealots. And herO pulls away. Here he does pull away here. And again, he was so committed to that assault. Looking at the trades here, he bled out 9 stalkers. 9 stalkers, the immortals, the archon. That was a rough trade there for herO. And ByuN claims his 4th. 4th base is on the way. herO claiming his 5th. The game is slowing down. We're calming down, Babby. We're expanding. As our players are slowing down. We're calming things down. We're licking our wounds. We mentioned at the start of this game that on 10,000 feet, it is easier for the Terran to maintain a 4th base. And if you remember, in game 1, ByuN never achieved this. ByuN, he never got his 4th base fully saturated. You can see here very quickly, the 4th base is fully operational. This means that ByuN can max. ByuN, he can max out. It's going to be on herO to mass expand. Yes, hero's getting a 5th base. Ideally, herO, he needs to claim these center expansions. As we're throwing down center towers, we're building up into the mid to late game. We're working towards the late game. And again, ByuN is a much stronger position this time. Thanks to the builds, thanks to the map. It's making 3 Vikings at a time. And on the one hand, yes, hero's going to have early 3-3, but I mean, was that really worth it? What did he achieve with his upgrade timings? Nothing so far. Just trades. Just some trading. Speaking of, hero's moving in. 3-3 is almost done. Oof. Losing a Colossus already. Losing 1. Soon to be losing another. Where is that prism? Oh, it's in the main. I was like, where's the war prism? It's not here with the main army. Ah, I see. Okay, prism into the main, going for the warpin. Prism goes down. Only a handful of zealots, and ByuN holds. Again, he does hold on. Does cost him 10 SCVs though. Ooh, this is not insignificant. 12 SCVs going down. Very nice zealot run by zealot drop. At the same time, zealot run by the right hand side, but there is a planetary. Disruptor rallies in. Oh my god. Does 5 SCVs, 17 in total. Okay, the damage in the main base, plus the disruptor, purification over. Oh, the disruptor is going to go down. So an expensive trade here for herO. As he's switching into 2 more robos into mass disruptor. We're soon to be done with Colossus. That was going up. Ooh, does connect. There are brutal connections. Grazing the army. There's still 1 more Nova left, and it will not connect. Yeah, Nova is focused down. ByuN is holding his own. Now he's with the disruptors. We have the fusion core on the way. That should be for liberator range. ByuN, he needs those liberators. At this point, with fast 3-3 being done, may as well work on shield upgrades. Like, I mean, may as well. Oh, you can hear us. It's +1 shields on the way. Este hero. As those are going up, and this time they do connect. Oh my god, massive connections. Ay, ay, ay. ByuN takes it over to the face. Hero backs up. Warping in more zealots. He does need those reinforcements. As I'll say warp in. Hero does give chase. Still making 3 disruptors at a time. And ByuN should not get the 5th. No shot. We mentioned earlier that the 4th base is very secure on this map. The 5th base is more out in the open. Oh, Shotgun goes down, but hey, they'll snipe the expansion. Takes down the 5th. 5th base has fallen. Liberation has arrived. Still only 3 liberators. We dive in. We get 1. He gets 1 liberator. He gets 2, and he's going to get all 3. Nerves are connecting. A friendly fire. A bit of friendly fire towards the end. And herO has he overextended here. Ooh, does break the main force. Has to back up. Now, as we go to the 5th base, ByuN does have center left getting up and running. True. He's sneaking it out. He's keeping ByuN in this. Oh. There they pop up. Catching up on Marauders. Couple of Marauders do go down. Novas, they keep connecting. Oh my god. They just keep connecting. The Novas, pappy. We're making 3 prisms at a time. I think that's a misclick. We're making 3 war prisms. Here he will get into the main. He's getting in. We're still distracting. Very nice connections. Catching up 2 ghosts. 2 ghosts go down. 3 prisms they push forward, bearing in mind that here he has no free supply at the moment. Recalls to the left hand side. Oh no, no, the prisms! Oh my god, gets into the main, and both of them go down. Yeah, some messy moves here from herO. There's 1 final war prism, and it's mainly a distraction. Does go down, all 3 prisms fall. But here he has eyes on the 5th. He has eyes on the 5th base. He wants it. It's here on the low ground. ByuN, he attempts to flank in. Oof. Never connects. No, ByuN with the friendly fire. And here he can move in from the high ground. As here he rotates over. Holding onto those Novas. Blinks on 4, takes down the Liberator. Novas, they do connect with Marauders. And ByuN's just getting bullied back. Again, he has to protect the position. Has to maintain the space. herO taking top right. He has somewhat saturated the center expansions. Okay, somewhat. Oh my god. Those Novas, they just keep popping up. They keep going. Oof. Yeah, Novas, they just keep connecting one after the other. Catching out Marauders. CC goes down. Takes down the Planetary. And ByuN, he cannot punish. He cannot move in. ByuN does try to break through, but again, he's lacking an army, he's lacking the economy. What you see is what you get. He is incorporating a higher Liberator count. He's getting there. It's a decent chunk of Liberators. Oh god, I'm dying a little bit. Okay. We're okay. As Liberation has arrived at 10 Liberators, not bad. I'm getting up to 10 Liberators. Pulling back herO. ByuN can make a stand. Yeah, you can try to make a stand. Recalling top right, okay. herO's going for the northern expansion. ByuN out of position. He's out of position. Going for the CC. Oof, oh my god. As Novas they catch up the mineral line. Once again, Zeltave move in as well. Oh, catching out 17 SCVs. We're getting messy. We're getting messy here as ByuN does push. He does push across the map. Another Liberators. No, he's gonna lose all 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 Liberators go down, losing up to 5. Massive pickoffs. Yeah, massive losses here for ByuN. As again, that was the backbone of his army. That was supposed to be the backbone of his army. Building up his Liberator count. At the same time, ByuN keeps on pushing. Takes out another base. We're going for the base trade. He commits to the base trade. As ByuN gets 3 bases, oh my god. Takes down bottom left, central left as well. 3 next side go down. Here he races back home. And this is good damage, but I mean, ByuN does have a bank. Does have a decent bank to work with. Knocking down another expansion, not bad. Does EMP, no recall. Here losing bases. And here he's lacking a gas bank. Yeah, the gas bank is lacking. He has no gas here on the right hand side either. He needs those bases. As that is 21 probes going down. And here is missing warp ins. We need a warp in. There we go. Warping in whatever he can. As again, here's hurting. Massive connections. Nerves, they keep popping up. Another base goes down. herO can't afford this. He just keeps losing bases. Recall is denied. And ByuN just outmaneuvering. Just outmaneuvering time and time again. Does outmaneuver. Oof, that's a kill, not a cancel. Another base goes down. herO cannot keep up. Oh, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. Gets 3 bases, gets 3 medevacs. Yeah, takes down 3 drops. herO finally defends. And he has some catching up to do. He has some catching up to do as he has lost so many expansions. Has to rebuild his economy. What I will say though is that I still favor the main army. Like herO still has 4 Colossus, still has 5 Disruptors. As the Prism gets denied to the main. herO moving in. Catching on the Liberator. I will cut to a break after this game, just because my voice is dying. I mean, if you remember, this is why I didn't cast What Is You Monday last night. To try to preserve the voice. So we'll take a break. I'll make some tea. Make some tea. Hopefully we're good. Oh. As here's looking for a way in. Super rotating over, does find a tank, gets into a mineral line, does out position ByuN. Yeah, ByuN's out of position.
Oh, losing 14 SCVs. Again, now it's ByuN's turn to lose his economy. That base is being knocked down. ByuN down to this. He's got, what, 10 workers mining here at the third. That's his economy. And ByuN just cannot keep up. Once again, more Novas. Zoning him back. ByuN just can't chase. If he tries to, there's always a Nova waiting for him. So Nova waiting. And even though ByuN did a great job at knocking down bases, the reality is that herO rebuilds, right? He's rebuilt his expansions, they're back up and running. Some of them are. It's ByuN, he takes on top right. Oof. Once again though, ByuN stuck on the high ground. We just keep knocking down bases. I can sense the frustrations where herO knows he has the better main army and he's been trying to take the fights, but at the same time, ByuN's been just so annoying. Dropping across the map, knocking down bases. Ay. As here, Del Sniper CC. Del Sniper Command Center. Oh. herO getting cornered. And here he commits. Liberation zones are coming in. ByuN can force a fight. With liberation zones. Oh, we're wasting our Novas. Yeah, Novas are being wasted. He gets cornered. Oh no! And here he gets caught out here. Massive EMPs. Yeah, better fight for ByuN. Collapsing on the main army. And here it gets completely cornered. He just went further in. Here he should lose everything. And with that, we have a series. We're going to have a series here. herO does have a bank. He's got, what, 2,000 minerals. Trying to warp in Zealots. herO still has no saturation. Still needs gas. Like, gas more importantly, more than anything. He has 0 gas income. He has 1 gas geyser here with not even full saturation. herO needs to take his gases. Por favor. As herO tries to engage. Takes down 1 Liberator, but he has no Stalkers. Again, he has no gas income. And ByuN has done it. ByuN has done it. And it's mainly on herO here. Like, again, herO, he chose not to take his gases. Chose not to have saturation. And GG gets called. We're tied up 1-1. We have it back and forth. Ay. GG. Now hold on. We're going to be going on a short break. As you can see, as you can hear, my voice is dying. It's dying. I mentioned earlier, but over the weekend we were the GSL broadcast was really intense, and because it was intense, that's why I didn't cast Water TV Monday last night. And I was hoping that would be okay, but BRB going on a short break. Hopefully our voice is okay. BRB. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew, I do apologize for the break here, and do apologize for my voice dying a little bit. I was trying to recover throughout the broadcast, wasn't quite able to. Again, it's just been a really intense casting period so far in our schedule. Over the weekend, we were live casting GSL, and it was a very intense GSL cast. And again, because it was so intense, that's why we didn't cast the Wardy TV Monday last night, because I could feel that my voice was being strained. And I was hoping that it would be okay for this morning's cast, but no. I mean, it held out for the majority of it. We're here in the finals, but I probably shouldn't keep going, especially because I have another cast tonight, right? Like, we have a very intense schedule. We have another cast tonight. We have GSL tomorrow as well, so I should try to take care of myself to make sure that I'm at least solid for GSL, right? Just quickly having a look at our schedule. Bam, you can see that we have KungFu Cup this morning on Tuesday. Tonight we have the Podcast. Tomorrow we have Pegasus Cup. Then we have GSL, RSL, like it's like there's a lot going on. And if I push myself a little bit too hard here, then it's gonna hurt tomorrow's cast, I feel. So we might have to start to cut some stuff out. Depending on how we feel, I might not cast Pegasus Cup tomorrow. I might just not cast Pegasus Cup, rest my voice, and then just go straight into GSL. We'll see. We'll see. When it comes to the KungFu Cup, we are halfway through the series. We're tied up 1-1. I will be covering the rest of this most likely on Friday. On Friday, we have KOFA Giants Cup in the morning. That's going to be a short broadcast. There's only a couple of matches there. So we'll do KOFA Giants Cup, and then we'll finish up KungFu Cup. The finals after that. So end of the week we'll wrap it up. Otherwise, we're going to be ending the stream a little bit earlier today. So I do apologize. It's just been a really intense casting schedule, and it probably wasn't the best idea to have a recording last night. Fun fact, yesterday I didn't cast Wardy TV Monday, but we started a show. We started a CranKy Duckling review show last night. I say last night, we released the first episode last night of myself and herO like reviewing TV shows. Just we're reviewing some Star Wars shows actually, and we uploaded it to YouTube yesterday, and we recorded another session last night, and it was like 3 hours. It was it was brutal. So that probably didn't help either when it comes to preserving my voice. I was not as animated as I am when I'm casting, but still. So yeah, I'm gonna be getting some rest. I'm gonna try to not speak. I might even not do the podcast tonight. We'll see how we feel. We'll see. Just because like GSL has priority, and if we can't cast that, I mean, that's, you know, yeah. GT honey, yeah, for sure. I got some tea. It does have honey in it. I'm waiting for it to cool down. So we'll wrap it up for today. We'll see you guys tonight for the podcast, or tomorrow for GSL. Again, we might just skip Pegasus Cup. And take it easy, because my voice is dying. It's dying, Pipe is dying. If you're interested, if you want to hear myself and herO speak on some critique and breakdown and smudge a little bit when it comes to things outside of StarCraft, hold on, I got you covered. If you're interested, we started watching Ahsoka actually, and it's been it was quite an experience, let me tell you. But if you're interested, then you can check that out over on YouTube. Otherwise, we're going to be wrapping up for today. Hold on, give a link. We'll be wrapping up for today, and we'll see you guys either tonight for the podcast, or we might not do the podcast if I'm not feeling well, and we might skip Pegasus Cup, and then we'll be back for GSL Season 2 Day 1 tomorrow night. So we might just take it easy. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao, bye, ciao. See you next time. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it.